enough.
Now, we think we're special. There might be something else going on that's more important. We're in this universe, aren't we?
Yeah.
They're trying to make a new universe.
What do you mean?
There's a machine somewhere.
What?
A Big Bang. They're making a Big Bang again.
Right, well you've got that completely wrong, but sure. They're not trying to create a new world. They're trying to recreate the conditions that happened at the beginning of the Big Bang. They're not trying to recreate a new world.
Alright, so but the world came
different.
But the world came from the Big Bang.
Yeah, they're trying to recreate the conditions so they can test and they can experiment to see
Dangerous.
the conditions before. Yes, it is dangerous. Apparently there is a threat. Admittedly, there is a danger, very small danger, that they could create a black hole that would destroy the world.
So why are they doing that? Who's allowed that? This is what annoys me. It's because humans think they're special. Oh, who made the Big Bang? Oh, I'd like my name on that. I want to claim it. Why do people always want to better someone else? It's happened. Let them have it.
Well, don't you? What you said about progress, you're trying to change time.
Yeah, but that's not going to harm anyone. A Big Bang. I don't think we need. I mean, we haven't filled this universe yet, have we?
But you talk about, I don't know what you're saying. You're contradicting yourself. Every other sentence contradicts what you said last time. You do want to fill it, you don't want to fill it. We haven't filled this universe, we don't need another one. We do want progress, we don't want progress. Carl, what do you want?
I'm saying we don't want another universe.
Well, no.
We haven't got our head around this one yet. We don't know where everything is.
But go on.
Don't create a new one.
We're not trying to. No one's trying to.
Is that your philosophy? Don't create a new universe.
But why are we looking at that?
It's a giant research experiment. They're not trying to create a new universe.
Why are we looking at that then? Why do we want to go back to day dot?
So that we can better understand the world that we live in, how the world evolved into the position we're in now. If it did indeed start with the Big Bang, what were the conditions? How did it come from nothing into something?
That's what we do. We say why and how.
I know,
and
but
when,
sometimes...
and what next? And is it good?
You know, I don't mind asking questions. I like asking questions. Ask
yours
a question.
Are where are slugs going?
But it's just this thing of faffing about with things that they don't know what they're doing.
Okay, right, okay, Carl. You're in charge of the world now. You are this... You're all-powerful. You're like a god, okay? You can do anything. You call all the scientists, and they go, what do you want of us? Oh, orange-headed one. What the fuck do you want of us? Right? Right. Stop the Big Bang research. Stop it now. Okay? Okay, drop your talk. Okay, good. Throw that away. What do you want them to do? The might of every intellect in the world standing before you, as far as you can see. Hello? Listen, everybody. This is what I want you to work on. Go. What do you say?
Well, I want to come in and... How long have they been working on the Big Bang idea?
Forget it. You've got every science...
No, but I don't just want to come in and poo-poo that, because they're going to...
Poo-poo.
They've done a lot of research on
it. Hold on. You wanted to stop a minute ago?
Yeah, I know, but you don't just come in, guns are-blazing. I'd say, hello, everyone.
You can do anything you want. Oh, go on then.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Carl, leader.
Right, listen... this Big Bang thing you've been doing.
Yeah, well, that's just only a few of us. That's like less than 1% of us. We're all here.
Yeah.
I've dropped AIDS research. I've dropped cancer research.
Right, well, why have you dropped that? Who's told you to do that?
Well, no, we knocked off. They said you wanted to tell us something. We're all here. Every scientist in the world is here.
Where are you from again?
Well, I'm. It doesn't matter. I'm from Cornwall. I'm looking at...
what research are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm looking at what happens if you give Feminax to an owl.
What happens?
Well, I'm halfway through it. I got called away.
Look, I'm really busy. What do you want me to work on?
Who said they're doing cancer?
Hey.
Go back. Go back to work.
Cheers.
Right.
Okay, the rest of us doing stuff that you think we're fanning around with, what would you want us to do?
Well, I can't do it all today.
What about me? I was doing AIDS.
Hang on a minute.
I was doing AIDS.
You just wait a minute.
Right, okay, why does cancer get to go back? Are you saying that cancer's a bigger problem than AIDS?
You go back to work.
So I hate to go back. I'm doing restless leg syndrome.
Right, can everybody but the Big Bang people leave?
Well, we've come to an end of episode 2 of series 5 of the Ricky Gervais Show. With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Thank you.
And Karl Pilkington.
Alright.
I was working on cold sores.
Fuck off.
I'm doing bunions. So, welcome to episode 3 of this final Ricky Gervais Show series. With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
and Karl Pilkington.
All right.
Have you heard this thing they're doing? The schools have got together. They're tired of obesity being a problem in England. It's a big problem in England. Basically, everyone's overweight, particularly kids. There's kids that are like 10 stone going to infant school and stuff and junior school. It's getting ridiculous. And so now the teachers are allowed to weigh the kids. They're going to weigh the kids. Okay. Yeah. Get them in there and go, right, get on the scale. And then they're going to send a letter to the parents saying, please be aware, your child is obese. Now, I don't know what good that's going to do, because a teacher will send a letter to a parent, go, dear Mr. and Mrs. Barnes, we weighed little Johnny today at school, and he's overweight, he's a big fat pig. And they're going to go, yeah, we know, we have to push him out the door to get him to school, he makes a popping sound. We know he's fat, he eats too much. We know he's fat because we have to buy him pairs of trousers every 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, we know he's fat because we're a couple of fat bastards
Always.
ourselves.
I love that when they say about a child obese, they show you a picture of a kid and his face is nearly closed up.
Yeah.
It's just closed, right? There's no eyes anymore. He's just got little slits for eyes where his cheeks and his forehead are meeting.
Yeah.
Right? And you just go, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see the parents, they go, wow, yeah, we can't do anything. And you go, no, look at you.
Yeah. No, I saw a couple the other day. I saw a dad, giant arse.
Yeah.
And then I was walking behind them, and 2 kids, exactly the same giant arses.
Yeah.
Now that I can't believe that that's
Well, they eat the same things. You can't.
like a couple of bison. It was.
Yeah, if the parents are just eating, they can't say to the kids, "You've had enough." They go,
Right.
what? Fuck! Look at you."
I saw them in Tesco supermarket. You know, they've got like cafes in there now.
Have they?
Big fat family in there. The fact that they're buying food and they're having a break from buying food to eat food
To eat food. Yeah.
just sums it up.
It made
Loads
them a
of
bit
donuts.
peckish, didn't it? I mean, don't forget that is the only exercise they get, pushing a trolley round. They get home and then they wedge themselves in that 3-piece suite and they're watching ITV1 for the rest of the night
Yeah.
and eating cakes and things, microwavable stuff.
Well, they're watching X Factor, but they're only watching X Factor waiting for the adverts for Pringles.
Exactly,
Domino's
yeah.
Pizza.
Exactly.
That's what they're looking forward to.
They could do that. They could make it a bit harder to shop, couldn't they? If you walk through the door, it goes ding, 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 and you go. And for fat people, the shopping moves around a bit.
It's
what I mean?
constantly out moving away.
Yeah, exactly. You're putting it on a string. Or
Yeah.
something to go, you want the pie? And they have to at least get up a bit of a sweat.
Or they're
to get
on
the pie.
conveyor belts, like in a sushi restaurant.
Exactly.
And they just got to chase
yeah.
after the oven-fried chips.
Unbelievable.
Or is there some kind of cattle grid device that only fat... Is there anything that we could put...
Oh, you can only get to
You can
this
only get to the food
if you can get through this.
Right, yeah.
That's a good point, yeah. So the really fattening stuff is through a thin door.
Or just, or one of those kind of, those sort of, tubes that soldiers you see have to crawl through when they're doing their training.
And that's to pies, to
Right.
calorific,
Exactly,
to the calorific,
calorific
stuff.
section.
Yeah, the shop is full of salads. You
Yeah.
can go around. You can even eat as you go around.
Yeah,
the
it's
salads.
like a
You can
forest
free.
of salads, yeah.
Exactly. You can graze and you can buy. But if you want to get to the pies and cakes and all that,
Yeah.
you've got to get through a little
Got to
tube.
crawl through a little tube.
Yeah, it would just be forever going, dude, fat bloke stuck in aisle 3. They'd have to keep getting them out.
Well, I was stuck behind one on the tube. It got out of the tube on the escalators. And you know, like on escalators, you're meant to stand to the right so people can get past.
Yeah.
It was a waste of time him standing on the right.
Yeah, yeah.
Taking up the full thing. He had a tracksuit on, like they always do. You know, never seen a track in its life, that tracksuit. And so I stayed behind him because he had no option. He saw everyone behind me sort of going, what's the hold up here? Like a convoy of people going, what's at the front? What's happening here? And it's him sort of blocking it. He gets to the bit, you know, where you have to put your ticket in or your Oyster card and swipe it. He had to go through the bit for trolleys.
On his luggage.
Yeah.
How embarrassing is that?
Unbelievable.
But that's
you know
when you
what?
know, innit? That's when you go, you know what?
Exactly. But I don't think there's enough stigma. I think, because, you know, political correctness now and you know, and the fact that food is so refined, there's no stigma anymore. I laugh about being fat. I should be ashamed. I should walk down the street and go, fatty! That's what I want to get me out of there. I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror, I go, oh, you fucking fat bastard.
Yeah.
But no,
I think the same every time I see you.
I know, but look how successful I am.
But you're right.
There should be, you know.
People look up to you, Rick. That's
I
the
know.
problem. You're a role model. They got pictures of you on their wall.
I
as
often
they're
get
stuffing their
voted
face.
a role model for what people want to be. Now, maybe they don't mean they want to make a successful sitcom and
No.
be rich and famous. Maybe they mean I want to eat as much as I want, and no one say anything about
The
it.
number of times I've seen you on one of those, the ideal dinner guest.
I know.
You're not the ideal dinner guest.
Well,
Firstly, there'd be nothing else to go round for anyone else.
and I'm always early.
Right.
So by the time anyone, that'd be it. Yeah. The ideal
sausages
is
are
as
gone.
long as he comes halfway through the meal.
Yeah.
So
And I think they mean, oh, it'd be funny because he'd be very witty and charming. No, he'd just be stuffing his face for 2 hours.
wouldn't
and
be
he's out the
talking.
door.
I wouldn't be talking. If there's food there, I'll just listen. I can listen. I mean, I can't really hear because when I chow down, some of it gets in my ears.
Sure, yeah.
I will go deep into a pasta.
Yeah, the face is in the bowl.
I'm actually deaf and blind for 4 minutes that I'm eating.
Yeah.
It's like when a horse bolts.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
can't
yeah.
see or hear anything. They just bolt. But you know, I don't know what we could do really. I mean,
I mean, I think we should be clear here. We're not saying, you know, we don't want to encourage.
we're not
people-
saying fat people are all right. We're saying they're wrong.
Well, yeah, but I want to make.
Oh, no.
I want to make an important point here, Rick,
Okay.
which is that
They're
we're not
gross.
talking.
What?
We're not talking
The
about
pigs.
how. Listen,
What? Fat-
This is
they're-
important. This is an important point. There's a lot of young people, you know, and they don't eat and stuff because they want to try and look like Victoria Beckham and all that stuff.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not talking about that. We're not talking about just being, you know, a respectable size,
No.
you know, a little bit curvy or whatever. You don't got to be like a size 0. We're not talking about that debate.
Definitely not.
We're talking about the crazy obesity that's going on. 5'2", you're weighing 14 stone.
Absolutely.
It's a time to probably stop going to the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah.
Which is not a competition, incidentally.
But you know,
It's because,
yeah.
like you said, though, you're not allowed to
There's
call
no
them
stigma.
fatty anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I was at school, if there was a fat kid,
yeah.
he did get, you know, sort of being picked on that isn't good.
His
But the
nickname was
fact
Pork
is-
Pie or Fatty or
but
Porky.
he'd sort of be chased to be beaten up, so at least he got a run. Whereas now, kids aren't allowed to pick on little fat kids.
No, I know.
So he's not running anywhere, and it gets worse.
See that maybe is that a good thing? If you pick on a fat kid and steal his lunch money, is that cruel to be kind? Do you know what I mean?
Survival of the fittest again, isn't it?
But I mean, you know, they go. Okay, Jobson, you picked on little fatty again and nicked his lunch money. You go, yeah, I thought he was eating too much and I'm worried about his heart. They go, oh, well done, Jobson.
Yeah.
Go and pick on some more fat people. Nick all their lunch money.
I don't know what the rules are. I mean, as
I
I
don't
say,
know.
it's all gone crazy.
I mean, I think I'm allowed to call people fat because I'm a bit fat.
You're reclaiming the word.
It's like our black people can say the N word. I can say the F word. I can say fatty because I am fat. You know.
It is remarkable. I mean, you've seen pictures of Ricky Shorty Carl in his youth. I mean, you know, kind of David Bowie-like face. You know,
Yeah,
very
it's a
sort
different
of
person.
strong. Well, anyone who's ever seen that to me has said, I don't understand. They're just genuinely baffled. I mean, it is weird. It's really, I don't understand, Rick, how you've gone from that. People should look you up on the web, and it doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't Jane get annoyed? Doesn't she feel like she's been ripped off?
No, when I was
How did
20,
she not notice?
I was 20, and I stayed like that till I was about 29. And then I thought, oh, well, then I started filling out. Then I was sort of like
Yeah, but
becoming
I
a
knew
normal
you
bloke.
when you were about 36, and you were.
Yeah. Oh, I was already there. No, I'd done the eating years then, boy. No, I went from about. I mean, in those pictures, I was probably like 8.5 stone, too thin.
Yeah.
And then I was like 9. And then 30, 31, went to 10 stone, and then about a stone a year. I think I was on my fattest when, just after.
Yeah.
I'm like 14 stone now.
But it's like if you look at it on the web or something, compare the two. It's like one of those Weight Watchers before and after, but the wrong way around.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
Yeah. So I feel that I can have a go at fat people. I think I can claim the word. I can call fatty. Like Steve can have a go at you can have a go at bald people, Carl. You can go, oh, look at that round-headed bald twat. You would never see someone as round-headed and bald as you, and Steve can go, oh, look, Rick, look at that fucking twattish, goggle-eyed freak over there.
Yeah, but how would I say that?
No.
How often would that happen?
Hang on. Let's slag Ricky off a bit more, can we? And Fatos.
Also, I've got. This is how much I've let myself go. Steve, it's finally happened. I want you to test my trousers there. Feel them.
Oh, what is that? That is
They're
some
pyjamas.
Are you actually wearing pyjamas?
I'm actually wearing. It happened
come out of
today.
the house.
That's the first time.
Now, was it because of speed you had to get out of the house because you
No,
were
I'll
late?
tell you why, right? Okay, the last couple of years, I mean, for the last, I'd say 10 years, I've been wearing comfortable clothes. I never wear a pair of jeans that are too tight. I don't wear shoes that, it's just comfort for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you see me fidget when I put a suit on for an award ceremony.
Yeah.
I don't like it, okay? I never look good in stuff. You see it on the model in the shop window.
Yeah.
Puts it on you. Oh, well, okay. So that's great. They look like David Beckham. I put it on. I look like a wallet or something. Do you know what I mean? Just it doesn't look good. I've been wearing, as you know, sweatpants. Right. A drawstring.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a pair of sweatpants recently that are nearly pajamas. They're so.
I mean, what is the distinction at this point?
I don't know.
It's quite a thin line.
So today they're nearly pajamas. Today they were in the wash. So I thought, hold on though, I might as well just wear my pajamas.
I should point out that it's not a 1950s pair of pajamas that looks a bit like a suit with a little breast pocket.
No.
And it's you wouldn't necessarily notice.
No, you wouldn't.
Until you touch them, you realise it's a kind of lycra.
Yeah, they're very sort of nice and thin. They look like a tracksuit bottom, but here's the difference. I've even done away with the drawstring. Look, these are just elasticated. This is the day I really gave up. I used to worry about what I looked like, obviously, when there was when there was a nice sort of clothes horse to hang nice clothes on, i.e. my body. I did squeeze into jeans. I did, I wear. I was fashionable, but
Did you? I can't imagine you going in shops though and looking through racks of clothes. And did you do all that stuff?
Steve, I look good in anything, mate. That's the difference.
Right.
Now doesn't matter. Armani could dress me. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, not that he'd want to. I can't believe I keep getting offered from people like him and designers call my agent saying, does he want us to dress him for the Emmys and the Golden Globes?
Do they do pyjamas?
Well, exactly. One, I think, why do they want to... what is that going to put sales up? Is someone going to be watching that and go, hey, yeah, that bloke looks short and fat and sweaty. Get me Armani on the phone.
But maybe that's someone from the Emmy committee going, can you phone up Ricky Gervais and just check that when they say, can we dress him from the Emmys, we mean, can we make sure he's dressed for the Emmys?
Can we tuck him in and leave his slippers at the hotel?
Exactly.
But yeah, so I don't do it anyway because I'm mildly embarrassed. We went around those sort of luxury lounges where they give you things. They give you these like suits, like Armani, Hugo Boss. They're just giving you suits.
What, I haven't heard about this.
Oh yeah.
When's this going on?
Yeah, before like the Emmys, every.
What the fuck? I was out there. No one notified me.
Maybe you didn't get an invite.
What do you mean I didn't get an invite?
Yeah. The first one I went to, I was mildly embarrassed. Around. Then I saw like Helen Mirren, The Sopranos.
Bloody Helen Mirren's going round there, and I'm not.
Yeah.
But she's got more money than me. She don't need to go and get free stuff.
She's the queen. She's the richest woman in the world.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you've missed out, Steve. And they measure you and everything. I've taken.
Piss off. This is insane.
I've taken one suit. And I think a jacket. But usually what I do is I say I have a pair of sunglasses. I'm like Elton John at home. I've got a drawer full of the best sunglasses in the world, one-off editions of these beautiful sunglasses, where I'm embarrassed not to take something. They're incredible. They just give you all these things,
I feel like the kid in the Pied Piper. Remember when the Pied Piper, as revenge, he takes all the kids to a sort of magical land inside a rock where there's just sweets and fun, but the little lame
boy, he
can't get in there. He's left behind in the formerly rat-infested town.
But he had the last laugh, didn't he? Because he couldn't go and get locked in the cave.
Yeah, but he didn't. They weren't locked. It was a magical land inside the cave. He wanted to be in there.
Was it?
Yes, famously.
Or was he a paedophile?
Yeah, but that's got to be. It's got to be better than being stuck in a town with rats and old people. At least you get sweets.
And a puppy. I worried then for a minute. I thought, oh, that's libelous.
What? The
Pied Piper was a paedophile. Like, so, excuse me, it's the Pied Piper here. We are.
We represent the Pied Piper.
Yeah. We represent the Pied Fiddler, the Pied Piper, the Pied Piper. Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to care about fashion. But I also had little mistakes. If you're being creative with clothing, not everything's a winner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't always look good, even when I thought I looked good in everything.
So what was just quickly? What sort of era are we talking?
Well, obviously student. That's when I sort of did the.
And what was your default look?
New romantic.
Right.
I mean, the first thing I did when I got to college, dyed my hair.
Blousy shirts.
But I dyed it black. Sometimes military. The military was very big then, so you'd have dyed black hair and a bit of eyeliner, but maybe look a bit sort of gorilla. Then I got signed when I was in a pop band, a failed pop band, very quickly. But I bought designer clothes. But then it all went. Okay, so the poor years from when I was about I don't know, 22 to 29
Look at
before I
that,
got a
the
job.
4 years, starting 22, you had the high life. You were out by then.
Yeah, and so we lived in that awful little place where I talk about it live, where there was no toilet, so often I'd wee in the sink.
Sure.
And so
Great days.
So I thought, well, I didn't have any money at all, and I used to wear a tracksuit all the time then because I used to run around London. I was on the dole. We had 16 quid between us a week to spend. Right, so there was a lot of chili con carne being eaten and rice, just filling up on rice, and I'd run everywhere, and I was
run everywhere.
Yeah, I'd just run. I'd get up and I'd run places. I'd run around the park. I'd run to visit friends who had jobs. I'd run to art galleries, and I'd run London. That was like my job.
But why were you running it? It sounds like it's the life of a smackhead. Why were you running everywhere?
I was super fit in my 20s. I'm not only sort of like thin, but fit as well. I'd run at least 5 to 10 miles a day and work out. I did karate twice a week. Honestly.
Anything but a job.
Anything but a job, yeah, because I was trying to be a pop star, and I told myself, no, I'm an artist. I can't possibly get a job. It's bohemian. I just eat rice. Yeah. Well, and I was fine. It was absolutely fine. I never thought, oh, this is really annoying, I've got to get a job. I thought, I haven't got a job. I'm doing this. I'm doing a banner.
You were signing on, were you?
I couldn't because I hadn't had a job before that. So I think we got our rent paid, and then we'd split Jane's money that she earned. We got our rent paid, and we were left with. As I say, I remember it was 16 quid a week, and it was the early 80s, mid 80s. So I didn't get new clothes. So I had some, old ones, and to go to Jumble Sales. It's fine, okay. But I remember once. We were getting new curtains, and the old ones that were in this flat were like sort of a chintzy, sort of goldish sort of llama with a thread in them, with sort of leafy pattern, very sort of thick.
What kind of late 70s style?
Yeah, exactly. And Jane was took the old ones down. I went, don't throw them away. I'll make a suit out of those.
Yeah, of course.
So sort of Jane just sort of nodded and went, okay. And she went to work. So I thought, wow, okay. Let's have a go. I've never made a suit before, but how hard can it be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I used to,
That would be my first thought.
I used to make everything. I used to make, I remember I made shelves once. I found 3 bits of wood in a skip, okay? And I sort of put 2 vertically and put 1 across the top, right? So it was like, a goal post, right? I thought a shelf. I'd put a nail in each side. It sort of wobbled. I put it against the wall and it wouldn't stand up. It sort of like leaned, like I made a parallelogram. So what I did, I put another nail in it, and I tied a bit of string to it and pulled the string tight. I pulled it across the room and put another nail in the windowsill. And so now there's this shelf that wants to fall over but can't because it's tied to another wall. So that was...
So you spent most of the 80s running around London... and collecting debris and making your home outfit. You sound like a womble.
Yeah, but I wasn't shaped like one until I was 32.
And this is kind of you were making everything except a living.
Yeah, exactly, right. So I thought, right, how do I make a suit? I thought, well, I used to go to the library and learn. I don't know. I can make a suit. I don't want to do it like other people. I do it differently. So my method for making this made-to-measure suit. Was I got 1 of the sets of curtains and laid them on the floor.
Right.
I laid down on the curtain and drew round my legs.
Right.
Okay.
Hang on. So you were making the trousers first?
Yeah. So I thought, hold on, that's just one side of the trouser. So I laid down another curtain and drew around my legs again. And I thought, right, I cut those out. So now I've cut out 2 leg-shaped curtain pieces, right? I put them together, sewed them up. Of course... it was nowhere big enough.
Of course
because
not.
I'd have no room, right?
Yeah.
So I tried to squeeze into them. I mean, they look like jodhpurs. They look like tights, okay? So I thought, oh, this is really hard, right? I pulled them off again, right? I thought, how am I going to make the jacket? I didn't. I just used one of the curtains as a cape. So I thought, I looked like a gay Hamlet. It's ridiculous, right? So what I did was...
did you squeeze into the trousers? You wore the trousers?
I sort of squeezed it. I couldn't wear them, though. So what I did was, I rolled it up and shoved it under the chair.
You rolled up what? Sorry.
To the suit I made. Jane came in about a few days later. She went, what's that? I said, that's where I had to go at the suit. And she pulled it out. and died laughing. The idea that this man sat down and drew round his legs to make some trousers.
Well, firstly, why did you not just throw it away? Why did you stash it under the...
I don't know, because I thought...
And you were watching TV on the sofa and she was a foot higher than you. And she thought, what's going on here? And there was a suit stuffed. I mean, why not just throw it away? I don't understand.
I don't know. That's what you do, isn't it? You think, maybe...
Again, we were talking before about the fact that you used to be very thin and now you're very fat. And it seems like two different people.
Well, not very fat.
Well, most people would say you were. But
wearing black.
It seems as though you were also an idiot when you were younger. I mean, because you're a smart man now. I don't...
Well, I know.
Why would it not occur to you that you couldn't make your own suit?
Because I've always thought I can do anything. I've always thought I can make a suit. Of course I can make a suit. I'll be brilliant at that. I'll make a suit. And it took me getting fat to realise the world doesn't lay down to you.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll never be fat. I will never be fat. Look at me. Look at me. So I suppose...
And even as you were getting fatter, that must be the mirror.
No.
James, problem with the mirror.
No, at least I can put eyes on myself. As soon as I started getting fat, I started saying I was fat before I was fat.
Yeah.
Because when you've been really thin, I mean, I couldn't get anywhere near those curtains now. No, I couldn't. They wouldn't go past my ankle now.
You kept them?
Yeah, they're under the chair.
Yeah. And you still, of course, if someone comes to the door and you can't be bothered to reach for your pyjamas, maybe just wrap the curtain around you.
I just pop the curtain around me, yeah. I could probably make a pair of pants out of them. I mean, soon I will be in nappies, which will be easy to make.
Yeah.
So, but when I'm older, and Jane goes, just off to work...
Where are those pillowcases?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I need changing. God.
Food's too nice, though, isn't it? That's where the problem is.
Well, yeah, some food.
Well, no, a lot of food. More food's nice now. I find that I eat because I go, that's nice, rather than I'm hungry.
Oh,
that
yeah.
seems to be the problem.
I stopped eating when I was hungry. When I was about 29.
Yeah.
I used to, got to eat now. I've got other stuff to do. We got to eat. Yeah, shove it in, right? And then at that, I've never only ate because I was hungry for many years.
But it's not just that either, is it? Like, we've got mates who've had a kid now, and that's eating stuff. That, seriously, I'm not joking. That is having stuff that I've never had, and it hasn't even got teeth yet. I mean,
what sort of things are you talking about?
Mango. I only had that. I had mango about a year and a half ago, and it's all right. I mean, it's not one of my favourite. Is it fruit?
Yeah.
But there's so much other fruit that's better.
Go on.
I think.
What's better than the mango? The banana springs to mind. The strawberry.
Just I like the ones that you can just go, I'm nipping out. What can I take with me? I'll have an apple.
Well, the banana's the best because it's got its own little carry case.
Yeah, that's all right. But they're saying that, you see, this is why we've got more fat people in supermarkets now. You can buy cut up apple in a bag.
Really?
That's lazy, isn't it? That is lazy.
Well, again, I've got to confess that I have my portions of fruit first thing in the morning, liquidized.
Yeah.
I have a smoothie, I put all the fruit in there, I drink it. I'm not chewing. You want me to eat fruit, I'm not chewing it.
At the end of the day, food's nice.
Yeah.
There's loads of it.
Well...
No, there is.
In the Western world, there is, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
It's the Western world that's fat.
Yeah, but this is the whole point, isn't it, about the gluttonous West, is that we are indulging ourselves.
Yeah.
If we were scrabbling around starving like a third world country, we wouldn't be in that situation.
Well, there's
But
all
we're
the...
drinking the fizzy lemonades
Exactly,
and the
there's
Cokes
loads of
and everything.
it. And now, every time I buy something, it's a 2 for 1. So you end up buying more than you need. And then Suzanne's always saying, eat this ham, will you? It's going off. I don't even want it.
Why is she buying so much ham?
Because it's 2 for 1 offer. We don't need 2 lots, but the person at the till goes, this is 2 for 1. You go, nip back and get one. And
I know
you
what
get
you mean,
it,
though.
and
I
you
mean,
eat it.
Yeah, they never do half price. They do two for one. Exactly. They did that with a meal once. We were in LA and we had a meal and they said, it's happy hour. It's 2 for 1. So I went, well, can we just have one each? And I went, we've got to give it to you. And they brought 2 meals for everyone.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
That's mad.
I am.
Of course you do.
I'll tell you another problem that I've worked out. It might make a slight difference on fat people. Don't put a light in a fridge. Because that's just that night when they get peckish. They can see everything that's in there. Don't put the light there. You don't need a light in a fridge. There's no lights in other cupboards. Yet where there's food, it's like fatties getting up at 4 in the morning. What can it have? What's that at the back? Get rid of the light, they'd eat less.
There might be some logic in that.
That's interesting.
Well, what's it there for? Tell me what that light is there for. They say turn off your standby light, yet you've got a light in your fridge
Well, no, it is
showing
turned
you
off.
where tomatoes
You
is.
know,
or
but it's turned off
chocolate.
when you shut the light's not on when the door's not open.
Yes, but a fat person who's always got the fridge door open.